Every athlete wants to become crazy explosive, but very few athletes actually do what it takes to get there. Step 1, building the base, because you can't shoot a cannon out of a canoe. When we look at building the base, there's various pillars that we have to focus on, one of those being the core. You have to understand that the first priority of all movement is stabilization of the spine. It's your body's built-in protective mechanism. So even if I were to lift my leg just 2 inches off the ground, my core had to fire reflexively first to allow for that movement. Essentially, we want to become dynamic and explosive athletes, but if the core isn't doing its job and the spine feels unprotected, your body enters the no-gain zone. Basically, your explosiveness is reaching out to your nervous system, begging to come in, and your nervous system's like, new phone, who is this? But once we train the core to become strong, stable, and reflexive, the nervous system releases the key to explosive gains. Fortunately for us, a better core also leads to direct explosive improvements by increasing energy transfer between the upper and lower body. That, combined with an increased ability to resist external forces, and we're well on our way to becoming a straight savage. An extension of the core is the hips, but the hips aren't just like a, hey, I'm along for the ride type thing. The hips are often what separates explosive athletes from the rest, and you'd be amazed how many athletes have low activation of the glutes and poor function of the hips. If you truly want to get crazy explosive, you have to make your hips a top priority. From mobility and stability to strength and power, there's a lot to master. But once you attack the hips with a well-rounded training program, your athleticism can reach new levels. When we look at the hips in relation to vertical jump and explosiveness, what we're most concerned with is hip extension velocity. Most people think of the glute max as the only driver of hip extension, but there's numerous muscles that are involved, such as the hamstrings and the adductor magnus. Basically, powerful hip extension is a full team effort, and you got to attack it from a well-rounded perspective. But what's the point in generating high amounts of power through the hips and knees if the energy never reaches the floor? See, the body is like a chain, and you're only as strong as the weakest link. For many athletes, the weak link is the ankles and feet. If we lack functional stiffness and stability in the ankles and feet, they'll leak energy and decrease the amount of force that we can produce in the ground. Proper training of the ankles and feet can lead to improved explosiveness and decreased risk of injury. At the end of the day, we gotta start looking at building our base as a prerequisite for getting crazy explosive. And right now, we're just talking about the tip of the iceberg, and I want you to understand there's a lot more to this. But remember, knowledge is power, and power leads to poster dunks. So let's get our knowledge up. Stay tuned for episode 2 of the Crazy Explosive series, Force Absorption.